Have you ever achieved something you genuinely worked hard for and then somehow turned it into a reason to criticize yourself? You finish the project, pass the class, get the compliment, hit the goal, and your brain goes, okay, but you could have done better. That took too long. Anyone could have done that. Cool. What's next? Also, let's review your flaws immediately. If that's you, welcome. You are not lazy, you are not ungrateful, and you are definitely not the only person who can win and still feel like they're behind. Today, we're talking about why you're hard on yourself, even when you're doing well. And no, it's not always because you just have high standards. Sometimes it's because being hard on yourself became your way of staying safe, motivated, or in control. For a lot of people, self-criticism doesn't feel like cruelty. It feels like management. Like if you stay on your own case, you won't get complacent. If you lower the hammer before anyone else can, you won't be blindsided. If you keep moving, achieving, improving, fixing, maybe you can outrun shame, failure, or not enoughness. So the inner voice says, it's helping. It says, I'm just keeping you sharp. I'm making sure you don't embarrass yourself. I'm motivating you. Meanwhile, you're exhausted and somehow still unconvinced you've done enough. And personality plays a huge role in how this shows up. If you're highly conscientious, you may constantly raise the bar the second you reach it. If you're emotionally sensitive, criticism, even old criticism, can stick to you like static. If you're achievement-driven, rest can feel suspicious, like you're getting away with something. If you tie your worth to being useful, capable, or impressive, success can feel less like joy and more like rent you have to keep paying. That doesn't make you broken, it makes you adapted. And let's be honest, being hard on yourself can produce results. That's why it's such a hard pattern to let go of. But here's the blind spot. Just because a strategy gets results doesn't mean it's healthy at the dose you're using. Self-criticism can get you moving. It can also make it impossible to feel satisfied once you arrive. So even when life is going well, your system stays in evaluation mode. You don't experience your progress. You audit it, you minimize the win, move the goalpost, compare yourself to someone else, then wonder why you feel flat, anxious, or guilty for being tired. It's like your brain turned every achievement into a performance review. And one more thing, some people are hard on themselves because kindness feels undeserved until they're better. So they postpone self-respect. I'll be proud of myself when, I'll relax when, I'll feel good enough when what? When you become a machine. That day never arrives. The finish line keeps filing for a change of address. So what helps? First, notice the voice without automatically obeying it. You don't have to pretend the inner critic isn't there. Just stop letting it narrate reality like it's the only expert in the room. Try, that's my pressure voice. That's fear talking, not facts. That may be useful feedback, but the delivery is abusive. Second, practice completing the moment before improving it. When something goes well, pause, name it, let it land. Not forever, just long enough for your nervous system to register, I did something hard, that mattered. I'm allowed to feel good before I move the goalpost. That is not arrogance, that is emotional digestion. Third, separate growth from punishment. Growth says, here's what I learned. Here's what I'll do differently next time. Punishment says, good job, but also you're still not enough. One helps you improve, the other keeps you performing for worth. And fourth, talk to yourself like someone you actually want to become. Not fake praise, not cringe affirmations while dissociating, just honest respect. You can be accountable without being brutal. You can want more for yourself without acting disappointed in who you are now. If this episode hit home, be gentle with yourself. Being hard on yourself doesn't mean you're disciplined in some noble, superior way. It often means your system learned that pressure felt safer than self-trust. The goal isn't to stop growing. The goal is to stop using self-rejection as your fuel. You are allowed to be ambitious and kind to yourself, proud and still growing, successful and still human. And if you want to understand your deeper pattern, why you overpressure, overperform, minimize your wins, or feel behind even when you're doing well. Take the personality peak quiz at personalitypeak.com, because once you understand the pattern, you stop calling self-criticism standards. See you in the next episode.